I live in the Philadelphia suburbs. It's in Pennsylvania, but it's close to the borders of New Jersey, Maryland, and Delaware. My name is Joey B. I'm 43 years old. I'm a musician and an ultramarathon runner. I believe in taking care of myself and a savage lifestyle and a rigorous exercise routine. Let's just say I kind of wing my training, but I think I do enough. In the morning, I'll put on a live concert of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard while doing my stomach crunches. I can do 1,000 now. After I finish listening to music, then I practice my musical instruments. First, I begin my battery of finger drills from the Hanon Virtuoso Pianist book in 16th notes at 96 beats per minute. Then I run through the Ionian, major pentatonic, and blues scales on guitar in 8th notes at 130 beats per minute. You should always use the metronome so that your timing is perfect. When it's time to sing, if I find I'm overhydrated, I'll apply a dehydration agent to open my throat up while I prepare the rest of my routine. Just kidding. Alcohol dries your face out and makes you look older. In fact, since running ultras, I basically don't drink anymore, and now I look younger. There is an idea of a Joey B. Some kind of character, a stage name, a performer, an amped up version of myself. And though you may question if I'm being real or if it's all a performance for the camera, and though you may say I could have simply opened the video at the starting line as Joe the runner, well, I don't see the fun in that. Hello, Catamount. Nice tie. Well, how are you? Mountain Masochist has mistaken me for this other race, the Catamount Ultra 50K in Vermont. It seems logical because I ran that race earlier this year, and in fact the finish times of Catamount and Shawnee are within 30 minutes of each other. Catamount and Shawnee even have the same color race shirt, although I have a slightly better logo. So how's the Vermont training going, Catamount? It's all right. Really? That's interesting. It's not great. Oh, well, you know. So how are the ultramarathons going? I hear you're up to number 7 now. Oh yeah, I'm very lucky. Hey, Masochist, congratulations on 40 plus years running. Thank you, Full Moon. Listen, Mountain. Hill repeats. Call me. How about Saturday, November 1st, 2025? No can do. I got a 5:30 a.m. start time at the Montebello campground, Virginia. The Mountain Masochist Trail Run. Great. Peak fall foliage. A race in the mountains at peak fall foliage? How do you swing that? I think he's lying. Is that a bib? New ultramarathon finish. What do you think? Whoa! Very nice. Look at that. Got back from Ozark, Illinois last month. Shawnee Hills Trail Races. Good numbering. That's bone. And the coloring is something called British Racing Green. It's very cool, Shawnee, but that's nothing. Look at this. That is really nice. Saffron with jade lettering. What do you think? It's nice. Jeez, that is really super. How did a nitwit like you get so tasteful? I can't believe that Macedonia prefers Full Moon's bib to mine. But wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. Tangerine, dandelion, white. It's impressive. It's very nice. Let's see Mountain Masochist's bib. Look at that retro 80s logo. The tasteful colors of it. Oh my God, it even has a hole puncher to prove you summited the mountain.
Well, good morning. I'm Joey B, and this is the Mountain Masochist 50-kilometer trail run in Montebello, Virginia. Oh, by the way, this is the way I normally look with the beard and everything. I'll shoot all that stuff when I get back. I wanted to feel like I normally feel for the race. And for one thing, what was I supposed to do? Cut my beard? What, and lose my power right before the big race? So I believe we're coming up to the Mount Pleasant summit pretty soon. So let's get all the details out of the way. Let's get that map on the screen. Boom! We are in Montebello, Virginia, not far from the southern tip of the Shenandoah National Park. All right, and let's see that course profile up on the screen. Boom! So we can see that it's about a 12-mile trek out to get to the loop part. Now we're kind of in the mountains the whole time, but that loop where I am now, that's way up there. So right now I'm on the eastern half. I already did the western half. Well, great race in a number of areas. I mean, number one, got hot food at the aid stations. Oh yeah, that is important for someone like me. But I had some digestion issues that I had to iron out. That took some time. And then I ate 2 giant strips of bacon and about 15 pepperoni pizza bites. Amazing. So that's like lunch basically. I mean, I'm only halfway done. But one of the best parts about this race, easy to run on the course. I mean, I was nervous when I saw this was called Mountain Masochist. Usually that means they're trying to torture you. But look at this. Quality of the terrain, nice and easy so far. Wow. Now that was worth the price of admission right there. I live for views like that. But to be honest, I forgot I was in a race there for a few minutes. I felt a lot like when I'm hiking and I get to a summit like that, I'm stopped for an hour or something. It wasn't an hour this time, but it might have been pretty close. I don't care. I had to get the shots, but even after I got all the shots, I just stood there like, oh, it really was worth it. This race was not going to be a personal best today for a number of reasons, which I'll get to in a minute. Oh yeah, that was top-notch aid at the aid station. Oh, someone like me really needs hot food. I have a high metabolism. I usually eat a lot the night before. I eat a lot the morning of the race, and I eat a good bit during the race. Yeah, the eating went a little differently than I thought it would today. I was hoping not to stop a lot, but I didn't stop at all for the first 14 miles or something like that. My stomach was just in a great spot. Then there were some issues I had to navigate. Then I was doing a lot better because this is the last ultra of the year for me. And coming into this race is a lot like coming into the last race of last year when I was a little undertrained and a lot distracted. Last year I went all the way up to Maine in August and finished the Blue Hill Mountain 50K by the skin of my teeth. It was the most blown up I've ever been after a race in my whole life. That was not fun. And then only 5 weeks later, I had to get myself pumped up, get back in the mindset for the Macedonia 50K, and that was to date the hardest ultra course that I have finished. And then it was like, okay, that's it for the year. I can't think about ultras anymore. So this year I did way better, or at least I thought I did at first, because I spaced them out way more. So I only did 4 ultras this year. I didn't finish the first one, but I ran most of it. And you could see there was at least 2 months in between. Last time I thought 1 month was enough. Now, personally, I need to recover for 2-3 weeks, then scale back up. I need to mentally anticipate the next race. So I find myself on a quest to finish 10 ultramarathons in 10 different states before I repeat a state or before I start taking it easy. I really want to go for the tough ones too. It's been kind of ramping up as we go. I'll be happy enough to come away with my 8th ultra finish, and then the last 2 are going to be really nuts. That's going to be next year. But I think I've had about enough for 1 year, and I was a little nervous coming into this race. It's not like I didn't want to do it. I was just so distracted with other things that I wasn't sure if I had done enough. This was just last weekend. That's me playing with one of my piano students who's learning how to play keyboard in a band. So I said, hey, why don't we just perform all this material that we've been working on? By the way, that guitar is only a week old. Things are happening fast in my world. I barely had a week to even think about this race, and I was really concerned that I might not be able to finish it. I got here way too late last night. I got on the road late. I got about 4 hours of sleep. The timetable was not ideal, but I made it to the starting line with about 10 seconds to spare. And here I am. 1 week later, and I feel like I just got back from Virginia still. It was a great time, but the last month has been a total whirlwind for me. I'm so happy I got the finish. It's all good. Even though I was pretty banged up at the finish line, it was one of the smoothest transitions back to normal life, as I say, so that's a huge relief. I would have loved to get more footage afterwards, but I had to attend to business. I had to get some food, get refueled. I had to get my finisher swag. That was cool, got some nice new digs. It turns out one of my running heroes was there. One of my running heroes, I don't know if I should say his full name, but whatever, he has his own YouTube channel, John something. This guy finished the Barkley Marathons, and that's a big deal. Many would consider that race the hardest in the world, and the year that he finished it, they made a movie about it. And I happened to discover this movie and see it for the first time about 2 years ago. And right at that time, I was ramping up to the 25K trail race distance. I never thought I'd be doing that much. So the Barkley Marathons movie is phenomenal. I recommend it. But, you know, they have some of the most elite runners in the world show up and can't do it. And some years, no one even finishes. Well, that year, they had 2 elite runners finish. And then this guy, John, was just like, you know, I'm some guy, and I don't have the elite background, but, you know, I have what it takes. I can do this too. And that was such an inspiration for me to see him do it. Because I don't want to do the Barkley Marathons, but that got me thinking, you know, hey, I can do this ultramarathon stuff too. What can I do? Look what this guy can do. So thank you, John. You've been an inspiration to me. You've been one of the reasons that helped me get here on my ultramarathon journey. And about a month ago, I was looking up information for this race, the Mountain Masochist. Then I saw this guy, John, did a video about that. I was like, he's done it before. I was like, oh, well, maybe he's actually gonna be there. Like, maybe I should try to meet him. He was sort of like the Paul Allen in this analogy out. I was like, I don't know if I should meet him. So it looks like he actually was there, but I didn't see him. I was focused on eating and coming back to earth after I've crossed the finish line, and then trying to get to sleep as it was getting dark. So that all went smoothly, and I'm very grateful for that. Well, I truly love running ultras and making these videos, so I hope you've enjoyed it too, and thank you for watching. But I think I've had enough for 1 year. I'm definitely gonna keep doing this, but I don't know, maybe 3 in 1 year is best or something. I did 4 this year. I don't know, a lot goes into it. But I know this, there are 2 more really big ultras already on the calendar in March, and that's in New Jersey, the Terror of Tammany rematch, where I DNF'd earlier this year. And then the grand finale to what I call Ultramania, that is going to be next May 2026, the Quest for the Crest in North Carolina. I'm pretty nervous about that, but I think since I've signed up, I'm a little less nervous. So I'll see you next year in New Jersey, but for now,
I have to return some videotapes. No, not those. This one. See, for anyone who's confused by the beginning of this video, I was spoofing 2 scenes from this iconic movie, American Psycho, starring Christian Bale, Jared Leto, Willem Dafoe, and Reese Witherspoon. And now that I've finished my research for the making of this video, I have to return this to a very interesting place I found out about called a library.